Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel and welcome to another week's weekly reading vlog. So here we are. I need to start looking into the numbers of these vlogs again because I'm completely lost. We are getting close to the 240 week mark, which is absolutely madness. I can't believe I've been vlogging for this long, but we can't give up now. We'll just need to go forever. YouTube will die and I'll still be vlogging. Right, what are we doing this week? So this week is the start of my Patreon buddy read of The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. So I'm starting that tonight on Patreon reading sprints, and I have how many pages? 63 pages to read. I'm sure it's going to be really easy. I'm not giving myself more than like 45 minutes to read that. I'm sure I'm going to absolutely storm through it. And I am going to try and spread this one over the week a little bit, but I know I'm going to read it a little bit quicker. I'll just stick to my 60 or so pages tonight, because then I'm going to move on to The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And I would love to have had at least half of this book finished tonight. I'm currently on page 52, so I'm aiming for at least page 200. Genuinely, maybe 250 before I go to bed. I need to get through this one. Not that I don't like it, but I just really want to move on because I want to do a TBR jar pick. It is bank holiday weekend. We have a 4-day weekend. If I finish this by, let's say, Wednesday night and finish this by Friday night, by Thursday night, to be honest, I'm gonna need another book to pick. I do have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on the go, but I'm listening to this via audio. So yeah, I'm like literally 10 pages in, if that, and I wasn't really paying attention because I got sidetracked by work. So I'm gonna start it again tomorrow, but I'm hoping to have this one finished over, like most of it finished tomorrow, to be honest. I have a very busy day, but a lot of like things I don't need to use my brain fully for, so I'll be listening. So yeah, already, that's already a chunky TBR for 1 week, but I really want to pick another book because I filmed my May TBR and I thought I was going to do some TBR jar picks, but I'm now taking part in Escape the Readathon, so I didn't get to do any random picks. So I'm craving a pick. So we're just going to do it now. These do kind of shake now. There's a little bit of movement in the jar. So let's dig a book out of here. I feel like, what colours have we got here? We've got red, pink and green. So I feel like I need to pick a blue. Not that it matters, I just want to pick a certain, I don't know. I'm just gonna dig, actually, just dig. Okay, I've grabbed one with my fingertips. This one. Oh, there's two. Blue or green, blue or green. Blue, but the green is gonna be a backup just in case this is awful. Okay, it is. Oh yeah, I do not want to read that right now. I really don't want to read that right now. The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. That would not be a nice addition to this TBR. That's like one of the books I don't really want on my shelves, which sounds dumb, but it was an Illumicrate subscription, so like I'm not actually interested in it. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? But the cover's really cool, so I'm keeping it for a little bit longer. Let's see what the green one was. Let's see if this is the one I should have picked. Oh, it is the one I should have picked. Oh my god. So I'm casually gonna add a Colleen Hoover to my TBR. If anything was going to get me another good read this weekend, it would surely be a Colleen Hoover. So this one should be a fun addition. Let me fold up The Invocations again. We don't want to lose that one. We just don't want to read it right now. So if we say, listen while I work, this will be finished by tomorrow night. This will be finished by Thursday night. And this will be finished on Friday. I feel like that's a good plan. Good luck to me for the week. Right guys, we have another amazing gift from Claire over at Books and Ink on Instagram. If you are unaware, if you haven't seen the vlogs to this point, Claire is providing me with an advent calendar this year. She's sending me a gift every month and I have to put them in a box and wait till December. So yeah, let's open this month's gift. That was quite satisfying. Wait, this isn't from Claire. Shut up! As I said that, my battery died, but I saw the name on these gift notes and I was so confident that why would anyone be sending me something but Claire that I didn't think about this. These are from Melody. So the note with them says, I love being a member of your Patreon and I love your channel. I've read both of these books and enjoyed them, from Melody. That is so cute. Shut up. I love that. Okay, we have two books in here. The first one is Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the third book in the Maple Hills series. So we have Icebreaker, then Wildfire, then Daydream. And I have been like keeping my eye out for this one. because I think I'm gonna absolutely love it. We're following Henry, and if I remember right, it's Henry that I really like from book 1. And we can see all the books in the background here. She's the one he's dreaming of. Henry meets Hallie, a fellow junior who he immediately befriends. Academic pressure has never been a struggle for Hallie. As an introverted people pleaser with a tendency to overcommit herself, she can't offer to help Henry pass his class. In turn, he offers to help make her college life a little more inspiring, just the thing she needs as an aspiring novelist. I'm really excited about owning this. This is definitely one I was gonna grab for myself, so I'm really, really happy to own it. So then the second book in here is The Crash by Freida McFadden. And I almost bought myself this in the airport on my last trip. And I was like, no, I don't need it. Like, I want it, but I don't need it. And now I have it. Oh my God. So this is about Tegan, who is 8 months pregnant, alone, and desperately wants to put her crumbling life in the rearview mirror. So she hits the road, not realizing she's heading straight into a blizzard. Hours later, when Tegan is stranded in rural Maine with a dead car and broken ankle, she worries she's made a terrible mistake. Then a miracle occurs. She is rescued by a couple who offers her a room in their warm cabin until the snow clears. But something isn't right. Staying here may have been her most deadly mistake yet. That sounds so fun, so fun. And yeah, I haven't disliked Freida McFadden so far, so this is really exciting. So thank you, Melody. You did not have to send me a gift. That is absolute madness. Thank you so much. I genuinely don't know what to say. So unexpected and such like a good addition to my Tuesday afternoon. Hello. I need to keep this brief because I just noticed it is 8:20 and I start work at 8:30. But I wanted to bring you a reading update because I'm pretty sure I didn't last night. I filmed a lot of a catch up on my journal with me video last night. I did a few of those last year, and they helped motivate me to keep going with my journal. So I did another one of those, which does mean I was listening to my audiobook, which yesterday I started The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, and I'm now on page 349, so I've read the vast majority of this yesterday. I am going to carry on with the audiobook today. Do I think this is as good as the rest of the Hunger Games? 100% no. It's genuinely not, and that is like a consensus through everyone's reviews, but I'm also not seeing anything chaotically wrong with it. A lot of people are saying that the ending is just ridiculous, so I can't remember what happens at the end of the movie. I think maybe watching the movie first has been helpful because I can visualize what's going on, and it is pretty much like to the page in most points. So yeah, I don't dislike this as much as some people do, but it's not as good as The Hunger Games. I didn't read any of The Only One Left. I need to pick that up again tonight. It's just not as exciting compared to my current reads, and it's not one that I can read while I journal because I'm reading it physically. So yeah, this one was put off last night. I did, however, read some more of The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. I'm now up to page 176. I feel like there's a good potential I could read this tonight. It's very easy to read, it's very fun, it's just a very smutty romance. There's a lot of sexual tension between the characters, and we know why that has been formed, so we're just waiting for it to happen. And yeah, it's quite an addictive read. So as I've shown you these books 100 times, these are the plans for the day still. I think I can finish this while I work, that'd be good, and then maybe read a little bit on lunch. I'm definitely going to make sure I have a lunch break today and read some of this, and hopefully read a bit of both this evening. Kind of want to carry on with my journaling as well this evening, which means I can't read physically, so we'll see what happens, but this is what's currently going on. What is going on with my hair though is the question. What a day. What a day. It's Wednesday. It's definitely feeling hump day. I am so glad we only have one day of the work week left. Genuinely, I've just come to sit in here and chill with the flowers that Victoria got me because they are cheering me up. No, I'm kidding, but I did want to show you those because I don't know if I've actually shown you those. They are absolutely gorgeous and I'm so grateful for them. I just finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I ended up listening to the rest of the audiobook today, and I've given this 4 stars. Like, I genuinely don't dislike it. A lot of the reviews for this are pretty poor. I think the reason why I like this is I watched the movie first, so I had that as my kind of ballpark, and it was like, is this a book of the movie kind of thing? I know that's not what books are about, but that is just the order I've done this book in. I did want to read it before the movie, but I never got around to it. So yeah, I feel like it was enjoyable. It was as enjoyable for me as the movie. So to me, it was a decent book. Is it as good as The Hunger Games? No. But do I actually like this story? Yeah, kind of. I never asked for President Snow's story. It was Haymitch's that we all wanted and we've now got, so I see why this was a disappointment for so many people, but I actually don't think on the whole it was that bad of a book. The parts that people were like, oh my god, I can't believe the ending. I so can, like, it just makes sense to me. So yeah, I feel like I actually kind of liked this one, which goes against what a lot of people say. So I'm glad I finally read it. Back to work now for another hour, and then I can sit and read tonight, and I really need it. Right, hello. Apologies for how I look. I have just got out the shower and I start work in like 5 minutes. So I need to do this update pretty quickly. It is Thursday, so it is the last day of work this week. I am buzzing. I love the Easter bank holiday. A 4-day week, a 4-day weekend, a 4-day week. Perfect. I think we should do it every week. Genuinely, it feels like I'm going on a little holiday, and I am, because we are going out for the day tomorrow with my sister. So my sister's moved up north. If I haven't mentioned. So yeah, we're gonna go spend the day with her tomorrow, and then have like a barbecue on Saturday. So really excited to do that. Reading though, last night I finished The Nanny by Lana Ferguson, and this was pretty much exactly what I expected. I have given it 4 stars by the end. I didn't absolutely love this. I was kind of addicted to it. I couldn't stop reading. It was making me just want to continue reading the whole time. But I didn't think it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever read at the same time. I think I've told you about the story. We have a nanny who used to do OnlyFans and the single dad who's hired her, but he used to be a viewer of her OnlyFans content. It's exactly what you'd think. There's a lot of romantic, like sexual tension that's written really well. I think the whole 3rd act breakup was done pretty, I don't know, I kind of liked how it came about. It wasn't exactly how I expected it to happen, but it was just a bit silly. So I think that reading 50 pages a day of this would have actually been pretty good, because I was like getting excited by the 50 pages. When I then sped through the rest of the book, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not as thrilled. So anyway, I finished this one, 4 stars. I do think I'm going to unhaul it though, which is where I start to doubt my ratings, because like everything this month I've given 4 stars. But like The Deal I'm not getting rid of. The other Hunger Games books clearly I'm not getting rid of. The Dead Romantics I'm gonna keep, and Forever Interrupted I'm gonna keep, but this one just feels like I don't need to read it again, even though I did really enjoy it. So I don't know. It looks like I'm getting rid of this one. So my plan for the day, I have a hell of a lot of work to do. And then when I finish work, I'm gonna have like a quick tidy up and pack for tomorrow, because I need like a little overnight bag. And then I'm gonna finish The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I am not getting out of today without this being done. I feel like it's a easy enough feat. I'm 154 pages into it now, and it's less than 400 pages. So I've got about 250 pages to read, and I feel like I can definitely do that. I don't have an audiobook on the go at the moment, so maybe I should look into that. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this off. I don't dislike it by any means. I'm just not very, very excited. So we'll see how the rest of this goes. So that does mean my book to take away with me tomorrow is Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I have like an hour-and-a-half drive up to my sister. We're then traveling a little bit throughout the day. So I feel like I should have time to read this over the 2 days. I'm gonna take my Kindle as well, just in case by some miracle I do finish this off and need another book to read. She does have a few Freida McFaddens. I don't think she wants to share. But yeah, this is going to be my plan to read tomorrow. And with that, I need to get started on some work today. Right, okay, I'm back, and I'm sure some of you are fed up with me picking TBR choices before I need them, because now I'm just making TBRs for myself. But I was just talking with Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads. I don't know if I've mentioned her at this point in this video. I feel like I mention her every video. But we were talking about TBRs for the month, and I have finished my TBR When I Read The Only One Left, and I have nothing for the rest of the month that I have to read. So I want to pick another book for this weekend, even if I take it with me on like tomorrow and then I don't read it until I get back like Saturday night into Sunday. I just want to have a book and then my follow-up book picked. Just having one book left on my TBR feels weird to me. So I say one book left, Without Merit, which I picked from my jar yesterday, but I want to have my pick for after that. So we're going to shake the jar even though it barely moves, and we're going to pick what book I'm going to be reading after Without Merit. I will do them in that order. I'll do Without Merit first, but yeah, this is what I'm going to be reading after. Let's do some digging and go for this one here. Okay, what are you? Oh, not what I would be expecting to read right now. So this is Woman Eating by Claire Coder, and it is some sort of like vampire take. A young vampire dealing with all kinds of hunger, for acceptance, for artistic success, and for sushi. A dazzling, funny, and addictive novel about identity and belonging told through the eyes of a young vampire. So genuinely, weird. I wanted to save this till August because it's one of the shortest books that I own, but that's fine. We will go with the jar and I'll be reading Woman Eating this weekend. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this. I guess slightly excited. I don't know.
Good morning. I'm in the back of the van, which is where I slept last night at my sister's place. My parents took the sofa and I took the back of the van. So it is a camper. It's not like it's not made to be slept in. But yeah, I had my little camping spot. I've just woke up. I've had a donut and I'm going to try and do some more reading. So yesterday, while we were around and about, I was reading Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I wanted to have all this done because I had like an hour and a half drive. Well, I thought we had an hour train. We didn't. We had a half-hour train. And then I was reading bits like my sister's boyfriend was having a suit fitted. So as he was having that done, I was sat reading to get some reading in. I only got to page 42. So I'm going to try and read a little bit more of this now before rejoining everyone today.
Hello. I've just got home on Saturday and I filmed nothing during my 2 days away. Just hanging about with family, and we were going in a lot of the same shops. Like, it sounds dumb, but there's only so much TK Maxx that a vlog would want to see anyway, so it's fine. We went shopping and then today we also went shopping, so not much I could actually show you. I thought I'd show you a few of my purchases though, in case anyone's interested. I did buy one book. I bought All Roads Lead Here by what was that? All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata, because it was down to £3 in the works. This is a chunky romance, but I've seen reviews and every review is like raving about this. A lot of people saying it's one of the best romances they've ever read. So I did grab a book. In terms of my reading, I have been reading Without Merit and I'm now up to page 140. So my plan now is to get in a bubble bath and read some more of this. I'm not like massively vibing with it. I don't really have an opinion either way, which kind of sucks for Colleen Hoover. I have a little selection of Easter chocolate. This one was actually from my sister's boyfriend, which is very sweet. And my mom got me some cream eggs and some squashies. Back to the days of squashies. Like, they have not been around on my channel for a while. I got myself some coffee syrup and I also got myself, I think this is amazing, it's one of those rests for when you're typing on your laptop or computer or whatever, but it looks like a baguette and it was £4 and it looks like a baguette. So you like sit like that and type. I thought that was amazing. It looks like a baguette. I don't know. I got a couple of dresses. Again, not that people will be massively interested, but I'm going down to Tennessee in August, so I wanted a few like nice dresses. So this one has got like cowboy print all over it, and then I got a white short / dress from Hollister that was gonna look really cute with my cowboy boots. So I'm glad I got that one. The rest is basically presents for people, so I can't show you. I did get myself a foot pack, so I'm gonna be doing that tonight too. And then I got 4 cans of Liquid Death because it was like £1. It's just sparkling water, but calling it Liquid Death makes it feel really cool. I don't know why. But yeah, that's my little haul for the weekend. Oh, I do have a book. So this has arrived from Kitty. I think it arrived yesterday. I was talking about Easter eggs and she was like, oh, Amazon wasn't having it, but there is something arriving for you. So I am completely clueless as to what this is. Okay, let's see what we have here. Ooh, we have the new Page Tune. We have What If I Never Get Over You. 3 Days to Fall in Love, 6 years to try and forget. So I was with Rachel, Emily and Rebecca, and we saw this in the works, and as I had one in my hands, I went to pay for it and it was snatched off us at the till. Apparently, like, they couldn't sell it before it came out, even though they put it on the shelf. So I am actually really glad to have this because I almost bought it myself. So let's read the note from Kitty. I wanted to get you chocolate, but Amazon won't let me, so I guess you're going to have to have a book from Kitty. That is absolutely adorable. Yeah, this is about Ellie. Didn't expect to fall in love while traveling in Europe, but she also didn't expect to meet a man like Ash. 3 blistering days in Lisbon are all it takes to form an unforgettable connection, deep enough for them to plan to meet again in Madrid. But Ellie arrives late and Ash is nowhere to be found. 6 years later, the memory of Ash and their time together still burns deeply in Ellie's heart. She hopes that her dream job as a gardener on a grand estate in Wales will bring the fresh start she desperately needs. But when Ash unexpectedly crashes back into her life, Ellie is forced to question if the universe has other plans. It just sounds really cute, really fun. Thank you, Kitty, for doing that. You obviously didn't have to. And the fact that you wanted semi-Easter chocolate anyway is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so, so much. But yeah, for now, it is get my weekend outfit off, get the bath running, cup of tea. I actually don't need a cream egg. I've had so much chocolate, but could eat a cream egg. I'll do my foot pack, I'll read my book. I'm looking forward to a very chilled evening. Hello, hello. I have finished 2 books, so it is time to tell you about them. It is currently nearly 4 p.m. on Sunday. I genuinely thought it was like 1. I don't know where the time has gone today, but I have finished 2 books. I wanted to finish Without Merit last night, but it actually rolled into this morning. And unfortunately, I've given this one 3 stars. It's probably my least favorite Colleen Hoover that I've read. So in this book, we're following twins Honor and Merit, and they are very different. Honor is more outgoing, she's good at school, but Merit is just a little bit of an outcast and she's not really wanting to go to school anymore. And she meets a guy called Sagan in an antique store. He starts kissing Merit because he thinks that Merit is Honor. A whole fallout from this ensues, and it's basically just like family drama written in a YA contemporary kind of story, but it's very dark at the same time. Like I don't know, I feel like it's written in an adult way, but it's a YA story. I feel like the lines were a little bit blurred in this one. It says it explores the layers of lies that tie a family together and the power of love and truth. So there was one part of this story that I was like, oh, that's quite moving actually. Like that's the shock factor. So a lot of Colleen Hoovers I read and then you're like, oh, it's good, but what's going to really hook me? And then something happens near the end that you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. So the plot twist we got that was supposed to be like the 5-star bait for me, I didn't love it. So yeah, unfortunately I've given this one 3 stars. I will be unhauling and moving on. Obviously I've read a lot of Colleen Hoover at this point, so getting rid of one of them isn't really a big deal. I have loads, and I have loads still on my TBR. I've then sat and read Woman Eating by Claire Coder, which I've also given 3 stars, but this feels like a little bit more positive because I don't really understand what I just read. This is a vampire story, but it's written in like a adult, what I call a nothing book, where you've got a young woman called Lydia whose mom has been put in like some sort of care home because she's suffering with dementia. But then we find out like through the story quite obviously that they are both vampires, and her mom is potentially now a human. Like I can't really work out what's happening there. And this is Lydia's first time being by herself and trying to provide for herself, and she's not really doing too well at getting everything she needs. According to the BBC, this is a modern day vampire thriller that also covers race, social isolation, unrequited love and parental loyalty. And that is, yeah, that's pretty much what it does. So I've given it 3 stars because I have enjoyed my time reading it. I haven't thoroughly understood everything, but I've got through this book very quickly, probably in like 2 and a bit hours of solid reading. So I've read it very quickly for what it is. I just don't feel a particular type of way about it. So I will also be unhauling this one, but I'm glad I read it. And also it was a little short read to add to my day today. So saying that, it's 4 o'clock and I can definitely fit another book in today. I'm thinking of doing reading sprints, like public ones. So yeah, I need a book to read. So we have the trusty TBR jar, as I have finished my TBR for this month. Yeah, that is, all of my TBR is done. How wild. So let's pick a book out of here. We still can't really shake the jar. The top ones are moving, but nothing else. So let's pick a book. I do give myself veto rights for this because I'm not doing it like seriously. Let's do a little bit of digging. Clearly we're not going to get the ones right at the bottom. I'll go with this yellow one here, which is, let's let it focus. Ignore my nails, I'm getting them done on Tuesday. What is it? Oh, annoyingly, I don't really want to read this right now, but I probably would love it. That means we're reading My Fault for the rest of the day. This is a 5-star prediction for me. Let's see how it goes. Hello, good morning. I absolutely love the Easter bank holiday because it is now Monday morning. It's 10 o'clock. I am so chilled and relaxed. I'm absolutely loving life. So I need to wrap up the vlog. Last night I did do public reading sprints. I don't know if I told you about that when like before I did them, but I was on there for about 4 hours and I had a really good time. I started reading My Fault by Mercedes Ron and I finished on about 250 pages. I had a really good time reading it. I had a good time hanging out with everyone. It's really nice to see some people taking part that I haven't seen in a while. So yeah, it just really makes me happy when people come along to my sprints. So I did that. And then I got off and was like, oh, I'll just keep reading a little bit more. I think I read up to about 313 pages. And then this morning I've got up and finished this book. So technically that would be in next week's vlog, but I may as well tell you about it and then start next week's vlog on a new subject. So this one, I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, which seems to be a bit of a theme in the last couple of weeks. So I didn't dislike this, but I feel like it was really dampened by the fact I'd already watched the movie. This is pretty much exactly the movie, which is fine, and it is a stepbrother romance, so you have to know that going in, otherwise you're gonna get the ick pretty quickly. We're following Noah and Nick. Noah's mom remarries and she marries this millionaire down in California. So they move in and she now has a stepbrother, Nicholas, who is 21, about to turn 22, and she is 17. They hate each other from the off, but clearly they're not going to keep hating each other. It's very much like, do you endorse this relationship? No, probably not. But are you in it for the book? Yes. I don't really know how to explain my feelings on it. There is some major drama at the end of this book, and we're talking that drama could have been an entire book in itself. I feel like there was too much, because this is 500 pages. We maybe focused on the mundane a bit too much to then throw in this crazy thriller drama. That should have been a bit more of the book, I think, and that could have made it a 5-star. I don't know if it could have made it a 5-star. Like, it was clearly, how do I say this nicely? It was clearly a Wattpad book that's been published. But I had a good time with it. I do have the next 2 books in the series. When I will get to those, I don't know, but I will one day. So that is probably all I have left to talk to you about. It is, as I said, Easter bank holiday. I'm so glad that I've had these days off work. I felt so relaxed, so refreshed, and yeah, ready to like attack the rest of the work week after today. If you got to this point in the vlog, please leave me the chocolate or the egg emoji for Easter. I now have half an Easter egg that I will be demolishing today because I ate the other half yesterday. But yeah, time for me to get started on a new project. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, particularly those that have watched it the whole way through. You mean the world to me. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.